Hey everyone, welcome back to Bachelor Happy Hour. I'm Joe.
And I'm Serena.
And we are here today with the lovely, newly married couple.
There it is. You didn't know what you were saying, did you?
Yeah, I did. Zach and Kaity. Zach and Kaity, welcome. Welcome to Bachelor Happy Hour.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so what's the deal? You guys got married?
Yeah, we got married May 23rd. We just did like a cute little chapel celebration with our closest loved ones to our family. There's about like
Nine
people there watching. And then we actually, funny enough, when Zach and I were kind of like shopping around to different venues, and this was the time when we thought we were going to have like a bigger wedding, we went to this venue called Villa Antonia here in Austin, and we ended up not signing the contract, but we just did like a photo shoot there after we did our little chapel ceremony, and it was perfect. So we got the venue, everything that we wanted all in one. So it was perfect.
That's amazing. The photos are beautiful. And for anyone listening that wants to see them, you can go check them out on bachelornation.com. Okay, who was the guest list? Who was the 9 people that were there?
So it was my parents came. I have 2 younger sisters, so they also came. And then one of their partners, their fiance, came. And then on Kate's side, we had her mom, her aunt, and her brother.
Yeah.
And we kept it very intimate, very private. And it was awesome.
Literally just immediate family.
Just immediate family.
And my brother booked his flight like 2 days before because he was going to be in a golf tournament, and then he realized, hey, maybe I should be there.
Be at my sister's funeral or whatever. Yeah.
Funeral.
Jesus Christ.
Wedding.
Oh my gosh. Is that like a little like
It's been a
Freudian
long
slip
day.
on how you feel about marriage?
It's been a long day at work.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. How did you make this choice to have a small intimate wedding, and like when did this start?
I think so. Like I said, when we were shopping around for wedding venues, we actually had the contract in our hand, and we were quoted like 80, 90K for the wedding. And Zach was like, he was great. He was like, hey, babe, if you want the big wedding, let's do it. Like, whatever you want. And I just like took a step back, and I was like, I don't know if we need this. Like, the whole point of a wedding is just staying true to the love and the connection of both of us. And I felt like I was honing in too much on like little details, or like, oh, well, my mom would like this, but these people would like that. And I think I was getting caught up in details, and then I was like losing the whole premise of it. And I was like, why don't we just go to a courthouse? So that's originally what we were going to do, was just do a courthouse wedding, simple, signed, sealed, delivered, and call it a day. And then my aunt was the one that nominated me for The Bachelor, was the one who found this chapel that we ended up falling in love with.
Mhm.
And it was like $500. And I was like,
Amazing.
perfect. And we also kind of wanted like that Italy vibe, and it kind of gave off that vibe. So it was a win-win.
Nice.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Did you do like, so you were gonna do the courthouse, which is obviously just like non-denominational when it comes to like the religious component. Did the chapel kind of tie in any of that? Like,
No, not really. So the chapel itself, it's in this little town called Dripping Springs outside of Boston. And primarily we picked it. It was just beautiful. It had a little venue to where they do weddings there quite a bit. So setup was going to be easy. Having our officiant was going to be easy. And we did want to have it be a special moment for our family involved too, which they'd still have that at a courthouse, but it was just, it elevated it
level
a
up,
little
yeah.
bit more. And
right. It felt more like a venue versus the courthouse, even though you were kind of getting the same experience.
yeah, not like we needed a chapel like after the courthouse. It was like we found this chapel, or her aunt found this chapel, and it was like, oh, this is beautiful. This is all we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Well,
That's very
the
religious.
courthouse too, because we obviously did the courthouse at the time, and I mean, it probably isn't like this anymore, but it was like you need to bring a witness, and that's it. You couldn't bring anyone else because it was still technically like COVID time. It wasn't COVID times, but they were still abiding by COVID rules at the time. But it would be much less comfortable having 9 people in this like room in the courthouse versus it probably just felt more intimate being at this venue that was private and like just your people, and they have a space to sit and watch and a little more ceremonial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head with that. It was beautiful. Truly the best day. I wish I could relive it every single day. It was
Perfect day. Like
Yeah.
everything went according to the plan. We didn't have like a crazy plan, but everything went as smoothly as it could have.
it was so
What did you guys do after?
So right after the ceremony, we drove to Villa Antonia to get our photos. And then our families kind of congregated here at the house and just kind of had like a little charcuterie and drinks. And then we ended up just going for dinner at this really nice restaurant in Austin. We had like this private dining room, and so funny. So that's where we like plan to do like a couple speeches. And I didn't realize that at 8 o'clock when that hits, it turns into like club music.
A nightclub.
At this restaurant that you're at.
Mhm.
Even
So
in the private room?
yeah, we're like, can we get it turned down in here a little bit, please? And they're like, yeah, no, we can't do that. So like his dad, his mom, my mom's like making these emotional speeches, and there's literally like oomps, oomps, oomps in the background. Like that was probably my biggest regret was booking
Not
out
picking
that
it.
What was
Yeah.
the name of the restaurant?
nightclub restaurant.
What's up?
What was the name of the restaurant?
The guest house,
Okay.
which we highly recommend. Great.
It's amazing, but
For a wedding toast slash
wasn't the vibe.
speech. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's giving like wedding reception / rave.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool bar though. I will say that.
Made some great memories. Like we look back and laugh on it. But yeah, I would, if I could redo something, it would 100% be that.
Yeah, there's always going to be like one thing that doesn't quite align the way you hoped it would. But that is like a funny story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and then as far as like celebrating with friends, do you plan on doing anything else, or is it just kind of like, hey, this was small family and we're married and be happy for us type of thing?
Yeah. I mean, I think before we had our ceremony, we planned on doing this big black tie party, this kind of like reception vibe party at a rooftop at the Fairmont. And I don't know if we're gonna do that now. I'm like,
Yeah.
why? Because it was gonna be so, like I said, we got married in May 23rd, and the black tie party wouldn't be till November. And it's kind of like you're just missing that. Like, so
Yeah.
like if you're not, I mean, I'm always gonna ride the high of marrying you, but you know what I mean? That peak of like, we were married, it's I think it's too long of a wait. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I think today we even talked about, do we even need to do that? Because it would be more for family and friends. So
Than it would be for you guys.
no,
Yeah.
you guys did something like that, right? You did the courthouse and then you did a party. Was it
A year later.
But then we did have like a full wedding.
Oh, you
The
guys
thing
had
is,
Okay,
no one was, we only had one person at the courthouse and we did not celebrate it with any family or anything because we were,
Came in that night and we went for dinner with them.
yeah,
It was-
it wasn't really a celebration.
Yeah, it wasn't like a pre-planned thing. Like Joe told his family like 2 days before that we were doing it, I think, or like the night before.
I think the night before.
that he like wasn't even sure if he was gonna tell them.
Yeah.
I think I told my parents like 2 weeks before, which is when we decided we were gonna do it. Like it was a very like spontaneous
do it.
thing. So it was like we were already planning our wedding.
Yeah, we didn't do it
and then
really.
like, let's go to the courthouse and
Yeah.
get married.
Yeah, we
God.
didn't really do it to replace the big wedding.
It was like an add-on.
But like, yeah, like it is. When you just do something like really small, it's just like so much easier.
But also, I will say, like,
you know?
after our wedding, if you had told me I had to have like another party, no, that wouldn't be happening. Like, I feel like it feels like you've had, I mean, different and everyone's different, but like for us, I was like, we did it. Like, that was the wedding. Like, we had the wedding, like, on to the next. Like, selfishly, I wouldn't have wanted to like plan something else or organize something else either if it wasn't something like for me specifically.
Yeah. And I think that's where we're at, really.
And yeah, what we're excited about is like planning our honeymoon and doing
Yeah.
that. because that's like just us celebrating that high of our wedding,
Yeah.
and then going back to the drawing board and then like taking into account like we need to schedule XYZ. That's not like necessarily on our plans for this year. It's, honeymoon and buying a home and
Oh yeah, and that's the other thing. It's like a black tie party, also trying to buy a home at the exact same time. It's just our priorities are obviously with buying a home,
yeah,
Mhm.
just looking at the next chapter, which is
married.
having little babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
so
guys, sorry, I was just gonna say you guys did a smaller wedding, so you didn't really like ball out on the wedding. Are you gonna go crazy for the honeymoon, or is everything going into the home?
No, we're gonna do a good honeymoon.
Yeah, we'll do a good honeymoon.
Honeymoon.
Whoa, hey.
Honeymoon. But I think we're just so reasonable. We're reasonable people. I don't think we're gonna blow our wad anywhere or anything like that. But
Yeah.
You're saying a lot. Honeymoon, blow
Honeymoon,
your wad. Like
everyone.
what?
um,
We're gonna have a good
Where-
honeymoon.
Oh yeah, apparently
Where-
that's what it
where-
sounds like, Katie.
where do you plan on? Do you have an idea of where you plan on having the honeymoon?
sorry, say that again.
Do you have any idea of where you want to have the honeymoon?
Oh, Italy.
Okay.
Yeah, wanna go to
Yeah,
Italy.
I really want to go to the Amalfi Coast to do that.
Yeah, do a nice like 2 weeks or so.
Nice.
Nice. We did Italy too.
Yeah.
And no regrets.
Love
No
it.
regrets?
No regrets.
No.
Good,
no.
good.
But book like as far. I mean, you guys seem like you do a lot of things last minute. Try to book this
Do that.
somewhat. Well, I mean, yeah, kind of. You seem like more of a spontaneous couple. Like you decided
Yeah.
to like.
We sure,
Like-
yeah, we are
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
That's not like a dig,
No,
It's if anything, it's a
just
compliment.
yeah, I just was like,
know?
that's an observation that I hadn't made yet. But go off.
Well, like I'm saying, like if you are gonna book a honeymoon in Italy, like try to book as far in advance as you can because the hotel prices just become like more insane as it gets closer and closer. Yeah,
Yeah, we're
especially
looking
the Amalfi Coast.
like well, we're at March 2026.
Like a
Okay.
big- there, okay.
Nice.
I
Oh, you
think-
got time.
yeah. So we're taking your word, Joe, and we're actually going to plan it out properly.
Smart. Bachelorette parties. Are we having those? Did you have them already? What's the deal with that?
So we kind of like when you guys were talking about how you said like you picked your date, your courthouse date, like 2 weeks in advance. Well, we kind of picked this date kind of randomly too. And honestly, the reason we picked the date was because it was a long weekend. And I said I always want to celebrate on a long weekend. If he's working, we want to have like a long weekend. So that's
Yeah.
why we chose May 23rd. I didn't really have time to plan a bachelorette, and I was telling all my girlfriends, like back in Canada, and the Bachelor girls and the Austin girlies, I was like, why don't we do like a she's married bachelorette? But I don't want to plan anything right now. I'm so exhausted.
I get that.
No, I get it.
You're going on a little trip though with some Canadian friends though.
Yeah, I am going to Vegas with my two best friends. Maybe we'll celebrate a little bit there, but
Yeah. Yeah.
Are any of your friends or family members salty at all?
We're gonna find out pretty soon.
Do they know that you did this yet?
Most do.
Most
I've got a
do.
huge family though, and I mean on both sides. And I was very particular about who like I told because it had to be kind of quiet.
Yeah.
And there's quite a bit that I couldn't tell. And
Yeah.
they're gonna probably be a little shocked, but they'll understand like where we're coming from.
Yeah.
And but there might be a couple pissed. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like some of my girlfriends would be like, I can't believe I'm not going to be at your wedding. And then you just got to be like, sorry.
I think so. Like our friends and family are so understanding and they just want what we want at the end of the day because that's truly what matters. And
Mhm.
I think people just have to bite their tongue and suck it up.
Yeah, I agree. I think you also save yourself on a lot of the politics when it's like, well, it's just immediate family. Like you're drawing the line at like, if you're not a parent, a sibling, or married to a sibling, you're not coming. And then it's just kind of, you get a clean break.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going to a bachelor party in Austin this week, this upcoming week. What restaurant racks, bars?
You asked Katie this last time.
I did, but I don't think she gave me any.
Well, I told you to text me.
What if
It's on
you,
you, Joe.
yeah. It is on me. It is on me. I don't have your number. I should have DM'd you though. Like give me
Wait,
like
you
a
guys
good bar.
probably already have some reservations in place, do you not? If
I
it's gonna-
do.
He does.
I
It's
do.
like
So
10
we're
people.
doing
It's his brother's bachelor party.
we're doing that ATX Cochina. Have you heard of that place?
Oh, good
Good,
spot. Good
good.
spot. Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one is Do Day or Da Do or something like that. Have you heard of that? I'm done.
Oh,
Feels like you're not saying it right.
yeah. I mean, I can't speak for that. Are you guys getting a barbecue trip in at some point?
Oh yeah, you have to get barbecue in.
I think we're gonna do that LA barbecue.
Okay.
Oh no, that's
Um,
not the
I
response
mean,
you want.
good. I mean, it is like a Michelin star barbecue, but
Terry Black's is the spot to
it's
be.
very.
Yeah, but isn't Terry Black so hard to like I don't want to go wait an hour.
No,
No,
it's
you-
quick.
no, you
We were
wouldn't wait an
there
hour.
over Memorial Day weekend and it was packed and we still got food within 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's good to
It
know.
moves
Yeah.
fast. It's
Yeah.
great.
I remember Chris Harrison saying that's the best barbecue in Austin as well as Terry
Yes.
Black's.
Yeah.
How about bars? Just like casual bars. Anything?
Where they have the reception, apparently.
I got a good one for you for like a daytime fun one. Chalmers. It's new.
Well, did you say a date time? Because I'm not. I mean,
Daytime.
oh,
Day.
oh,
But it
Chalmers.
It's really crowded at night and packed, but it's open all day and all night. Like a tons of screens. It's kind of like a retro, I guess like maybe an old converted gas station. It's like an acre of open bars,
Oh,
great
nice.
mixed drinks. Tons of people go all the time. It's a fun.
Chalmers, awesome. Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you, Zach. I like that.
It's like Caesar Chavez. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
E6. Just go E6.
Good.
You'll
bars.
have a great time.
Yeah.
E6 is that like a street?
East 6.
E6. Okay.
E6.
Okay.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Enough about me. Where? Okay. So now you guys you're looking to buy a home. Are you looking to buy a home in Austin?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's that process been? Where are you at with that?
Well, we kind of started the process at the same time of shifting our courthouse wedding to a chapel wedding. So it was a lot all at once. And actually our realtor was the one who was like, why don't we just take a pause and reconvene after the wedding? So I actually texted her today and said, we're ready to start looking. So we actually have a call with her tonight. And then, yeah, we really wanted like a new build. We don't, I think I always had this idea of having like an old house and then renovating it. But Zach's like, let's just get a house with good bones and then we'll look at
Like
maybe
renovations and stuff.
yeah, a property elsewhere. But right now, just especially with us, like hopefully being able to have a family in the next like 2 years, we just want a good home and not cockroaches in it.
Well,
Yeah, or like roofs collapsing in.
Yeah.
And that too,
Yeah,
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 plumbing issues. So he had a good point. I just listened to him.
Besides like no cockroaches, do you have any like must-haves, like something that you like is an absolute like deal breaker?
Oh, in a home?
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah. I am so picky. They-
Okay. Yeah. Let's hear it.
It has to have light flooring. It can't have dark cabinets. We need a walk-in closet. We need
Okay. Yeah.
lots-
But all those, those three things so far, you could do. Like you
Yeah,
could
they're
change
must
the.
have. You're
But
asking
they're the
me
things
if
that
I'm
like
must have.
if the house doesn't come with them, you will be changing it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a decent backyard for Honey, one that we can put a little play structure in.
No, because I agree with her, but I'm like helping her through the process of yes, the photos we see are like, yeah, that color of those pantries, we can change that. Like, let's not write off this beautiful home because you're not loving the sink.
Yeah.
And that's what we're working through to
Yeah.
Katie's like, this thing is hideous. Next.
No, literally, I'll look
write
at
it
the one
off.
photo
So
and
she's
be
like,
like,
gone.
done.
And I'm like, no, that was perfect. She's like, what? No, it's not.
I guess it's like the walk-in closet is a little bit hard to build, but anything that's cosmetic can be painted or stained or
House project.
Yeah. It's just like if we're already buying an expensive home, I don't want to change out the cabinets for what is it? Like 15K? I don't know. I mean, I might be totally far off.
No, I
think
think
it's
you're
that
like
much.
I would say like one of the easiest fixes would be cabinets. Like I think like like cabinets you could
Yeah.
get done. And for
you should get quotes on the things that you know are important to you so that when you see the cabinets, you're like, it's only this much extra if we want the cabinets.
And Zach's gonna be
I
like,
already have the quotes.
this is unnecessary.
Trust me, I've already got the quotes ready to go. I already know what it is.
Zach's like, I've been at this. I'm ahead of you guys.
Then you hear horror stories of contractors these days. I don't know if that's bad to say. Not bad to say.
No.
I just hear
No,
that.
there's some bad contractors out there. There's
Yeah,
some
and
fucking
that's
assholes out there.
thing.
There's bad home builders
It's
too.
just
Yeah.
home perfect.
Look, there's people that are bad in every single industry, every single job. If you're avoiding a potential bad employee, you can never do anything.
Yeah, true.
I like I like an old home that's remodeled on the inside. That's
Oh, that yeah, House with
She
Character
likes character.
yeah,
like
I do.
is
That's-
nice.
That's
Yeah,
important. Do you how do you guys feel about like are you going super modern or what's your style? What's your vision here?
We just talked about this.
I like kind of like vintage, like, but I also like eclectic, and I also love like Nancy Meyers look, which is so messy.
Wow.
Okay,
Well,
we
yeah,
love Nancy Meyers.
I
but-
kind of agree with everything you just said. I know it's hard to picture that because it's like three different, very
It's
different
so,
things.
but Nancy Meyers and vintage, like antique style, go really well together. So I think I might have like an eclectic room, or I don't know. We'll see. On my like my downtime, I love looking at Pinterest and inspiration on homes.
Me too.
Have you ever seen It's Complicated?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Meryl Streep, Alec Baldwin.
Steve
It's a Nancy Meyers movie, and Meryl Streep's home in that movie is my favorite home.
Yeah, it's
Really?
gorgeous.
Yeah.
If you like Nancy Meyers houses, you should even like you could just watch the first like 15 minutes. I think it's like right at the beginning, and like the
Yeah.
house. She has like
Watch the movie.
big-
It's a great
she's
movie.
the
Yeah, it's a
Meryl
good movie.
Streep's like a chef baker in it, so like the kitchen is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna watch this.
Let's watch that tonight.
Do it. It's the
Yeah,
ultimate
we gotta watch it.
comfort.
Like honestly, it's I love that movie. What are you laughing at? It's a great movie.
Does like I've seen it like 13 times since we've gotten together. Like we watch it all the time.
I might
my-
watch it tonight. Actually,
Here we go.
Good. It's great.
yeah, great movie. Yeah, I do. I also love the Nancy Meyer aesthetic.
You do.
I
You
do.
do.
I
Parent
love
Trap's
that.
another
I
good one too.
like to know what you like. Zach's just kind of like whatever you like, babe. Okay.
Yeah. No, see, I'm
Yeah.
very like when we decide to like, I'm excited for you guys because that's like the next step in our relationship that I'm excited about would be purchasing a place to live.
Yeah.
Not, I mean, kids
Wow.
too, but like the house is.
Or even renting something that's like bigger and like I don't know. We're at the phase in our apartment where we're in our
We
fourth
can't
year
stay
here.
here.
We have to leave. Like we have to get out. Like I can't be here for much. It's too small. And it's like it was our first place ever together. So we love it and it's sentimental, but we've really like over the years just like made it work. And the building's amazing, the location, but we're like it'll be such an exciting moment. I don't know if like you guys feel this way of like getting rid of all the junk and like the things that you have just like the chairs you've bought just because they work for now and like kind of restarting with and like making it really feel like an
Totally.
intentionally stylized place that like reflects you.
Yes. I can't wait for that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, so are you guys buying in New York then?
We don't.
No, we honestly just re-signed our lease in April, so we're here at least until next spring. But we've kind of said like even if we decide we're not buying next year, we don't know where we're gonna be. We might be in New York, we might be in Chicago, we might be who knows. But
If we stay in New York,
moving.
if we stay in New York, we'll just keep renting. We're not gonna.
But
buy
not
there. It's
here.
just, buying in Manhattan is just like
it's insane.
it's pretty crazy. Like even if you
I see you guys in Chicago. Not that I know you guys
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, might be.
we'll see. What you mentioned kids. What's the deal? When do you plan on starting that process?
I'm thinking like during our honeymoon.
Actually, yeah, that could work.
What's
Yeah.
it called? Like a
A
Here,
baby moon.
no, it's like a honeymoon baby when you get pregnant on your honeymoon.
what is it called?
I think
Baby-
it's called like a honeymoon baby. No, a baby moon is when you go on a like the last trip you take as a couple before the baby comes. But I feel like whenever someone's like, yeah, they're a honeymoon baby, like we got pregnant on our honeymoon.
Yeah, 9 months
Yeah.
after March. What's that?
I don't
9
know.
months after March.
March, April,
It's like January,
October, November, December.
December baby.
And have a
Okay.
little Sagittarius, Capricorn, Christmas baby.
Oh my God, that would be awesome.
I'm down.
Katie's like booking it the week she's ovulating.
Have
She's
you
like,
guys,
we have to be in Italy these 4 days in March.
have you guys talked about how many kids you want to have?
Yes, we have. I think obviously at the end of the day, I have to listen to my body. That's like first and foremost. For sure too. And then kind of see how hard it is for us.
Yeah,
Maybe we pop the third one. I don't know. But this is Zach and I always laugh about this. You know what I'm gonna say. What if we go to an amusement park and
No.
who's gonna be riding with the third kid?
I know.
Be
That's the
alone.
thing.
Oh, I was not thinking of that.
What were you thinking of?
How we're like 99% sure we're gonna have twins. Or
Oh yeah, triplets doesn't run in there.
there is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, on my side.
Oh,
There's like on both sides several different sets of twins. So we're pretty much due for
That's his
My
family
dad's
too.
my dad is a triplet and has twin sisters.
Yeah.
I don't know.
His dad was
it doesn't-
originally
it
a
skips-
quad.
It skips a generation, and I think it's only
Yeah, but that's the thing. Your dad's like your grandparents had twins and triplets, and then this generation, your dad's generation, didn't have none of those kids. None of your cousins are twins or triplets. So those, like the cousins, are now due for twins and triplets.
Yeah,
right?
but I think it's also on the mother side.
I thought it was the father's side, but I hope it's not. I
don't
hope.
know.
I'm
I don't really
You'll
want,
find out. Yeah.
I don't want twins.
You don't have a choice.
I guess I don't have a choice.
yeah. I'm with you on that, Joe. I don't really want twins either. But
It's
I don't-
hard.
yeah.
I just feel like it's a different, it's a different, like it's almost like you live a different life than everyone else because there's like another one of you, and I almost like I wouldn't know how to relate to, like I wouldn't know how to be like.
Relate to other people with children.
I don't know if I'm
I'm
following
saying-
on that one, Joe. But also, like, what if you're like the uglier twin?
Oh.
You know, you're not.
Yeah.
That's.
I feel like ideal with twins is boy, girl, not identical.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's a real thing, especially for girls and self-esteem. Like that's a real thing to think about.
I mean, but what if you're just the uglier sibling?
Yeah, what if that,
Yeah.
I mean, that's.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You can cut that one.
I think it's considerate. You don't want either of your twins to be bullied for any reason,
No.
especially their
Might be right.
looks.
that is so funny.
Okay, so as far as your the home you're looking for, do you have like a set amount of bedrooms that you have to have?
4.
4. Okay.
Or only because one's going to be an office, one's going to be the main bedroom, baby room, and then guest room. We need 4.
Yeah.
4. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so different looking for a home than an apartment.
I mean, yeah, because you have to think long term. You have to be able to like grow into it. Whereas when you're renting an apartment, knowing you're only going to be there for 2 to 3 years, it's just like, what do we need right now?
When I talked to one of you last time, you had mentioned you weren't sure if Austin was long term. Is Austin long term now? Because I thought weren't you guys like in a place where you like were you weren't sure?
Yeah. I think we've settled on Austin for the next like 5-6 years for sure. However, I don't know if I'll be able to handle the heat after the 6 years. So I honestly, I'm very attracted to the Carolinas, North Carolina specifically. However, when that hurricane came through, that obviously kind of like shifted our perspective into moving there and growing a family there. So I think we're going to figure it out. Obviously, California would be incredible, but we're not millionaires, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So
It's expensive.
we'll see. But I
Well,
don't love the winters.
You don't love the winters in Texas?
No, I'm just saying, like, if we were to move to a different state, I don't want to be in a state or country that has
That's
really
cold.
hence why we wouldn't necessarily go back to Canada.
Okay, so you don't want the cold and you don't want the heat. So what the fuck, Katie? Like,
Oh, you could do like
how are we gonna figure this out? Like California's the only place.
North Carolina is like a muted winter, so it's not like extreme cold and it's not an extreme heat. So that's why it'd be perfect. And you get the mountains. I love being
Yep.
outside. You get the ocean.
You could do
Beautiful.
Seattle.
Okay.
I feel like Seattle has like
I
no.
don't want to go to
So
Seattle.
rainy, no sun.
Okay.
Oh
No sun.
no. Okay, so no heat, rain, or cold.
Do you have friends? Do you guys have friends do you have friends in North Carolina?
No.
No, we've actually never been,
We've
but
never-
we have this idea. Kate loves it. That we're
But I
gonna
feel like you had this issue with like Denver, Colorado. Didn't you want to move there and you went and visit and you were like, maybe not.
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
Yeah, I'm
Colorado-
similar. I'm similar in that sense where like I want to like I think that we should move to Austin.
Yeah, and we've never been.
One of those
Austin-
things where it sounds good.
Austin is so fun. Like it is an amazing city. And that's why like we ended up
Being here so long.
being here so long and see ourselves here for a while. So we'll see. Like maybe we do stay here. I don't know. But it's Texas for right now, and then
We'll
we'll
reevaluate.
spread our wings if we need to.
All right. Well, let's circle back to some more wedding stuff. Let's get into the what?
I was just laughing.
In case everyone that's listening, we'll keep you posted if they move to Riley in the next 7+ years. But all right, tell us about the dress, what you wore, how you decided.
Okay, so I was actually going to go with like a very simple anthropology dress. And then I was set on that. And then I ended up going into Pronovia's, I think I'm pronouncing that right, in Austin, because I was like, oh, I'm not going to get like that try on wedding dress feeling. So I was like, oh, I'll just book an appointment and then we'll just have some fun and I'll figure it out. Ended up falling in love with a dress at Pronovia's, and so that's where I got my dress from. Originally, I wanted this like very simple. I always wanted a simple, elegant dress. And I didn't want a strapless until I tried on a strapless dress, and I ended up falling in love with the cut of it. And it was still so elegant, so simple. And I also loved the color of it too, because it wasn't like a crisp white. It was kind of like an off white. So
I like that.
Yeah,
I
I
like
love.
an off white.
Yeah. And I just felt truly so beautiful, and I felt like a little princess in it. So that's new. And then I
lovely.
got very emotional with it on as well. And at the time my friends were there and they were crying too. So it was like that moment where you're like, wow, this is the dress. So yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
What did you wear, Zach?
I just wore a black tux from State and Liberty. And everything was State and Liberty, I think, except the shoes, which I don't know. But
Suit Supply was your white.
my white dress shirt was Suit Supply, and then everything else State and Liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He kind of looked like James Bond.
Little James.
A little bit. But the whole vibe of the wedding that we were going for was kind of like vintage, old money kind of vibe. We have like our film photography as well, which you'll see. So yeah, it was just really classic, simple, old school kind of vibe, which is what I wanted.
That's amazing. Did you wear the dress the whole night, or did you change it all?
No, I didn't wear it to the restaurant. I actually changed into a different dress at night from Sherry Hill, and it was stunning. It was like all pearls on it and beaded and glitzy. And then my shoes were amazing. I loved them. They were from Bella Bell or Bell.
Yes. Wait, I know it. I think I had a pair of shoes from them too for my wedding.
Nice. Oh my God, so comfy. I love them.
Yeah.
And the shoes I wore for my actual ceremony were Betsy Johnson, and they were awesome. And because the dress was so simple, the shoe was so beautiful because it had like a little bit of glitz on it. So it kind of popped. I loved them. And they were so comfy.
You have to tell them about your earrings you wore and who wore them before you.
Oh, yeah.
This is
So the earrings were like the main thing that I was like trying to go after. After I tried on that wedding dress at Pronovia's, I went over to Kendra Scott and I was like, oh, maybe I'll find something in here. I ended up falling in love with these earrings, and I was like, can I see these? Like, how much are these? They're like, oh, they're $10,000. I was like, Oh my God, this is more
10 grand?
than the
Wait,
dress
where was
of the
this?
wedding. Kendra Scott. I'm pretty sure she
Oh,
booked
Kendra
this up
Scott.
in Austin. Yeah.
Yes.
In Canada, I'd never heard of the jewelry company, but it's really big here in Austin. And I have a really good friend that actually works for Kendra Scott, and she's quite high up. So she actually pulled some strings and she made it work. And she was actually on the phone with me, and she's like, the only other person that's like had these earrings is Michelle Obama.
Wow.
What?
And we found the photo, or your mom found the photo of Michelle wearing the earrings that she wore on our wedding.
Yeah.
No way. Wait, were they the same style, not the exact same earring?
They're the exact same ones.
Yeah. Well, that's what Court's told me.
Yeah.
I haven't like looked at the photo or anything like that, but so crazy.
Yeah, it sounds like the exact ones, not a similar one, the same one brought back to Kendra.
So crazy. Yeah. when
That
I-
is so cool. Oh my
and
gosh.
as soon as the ceremony was done, they're like, we need to come pick up those earrings. I was like, absolutely, whatever you need, I'll drive them to you.
Yeah.
But I love the earrings so much. They went with the dress perfectly. They were perfect.
They were beautiful.
Yeah. I love
Oh, that's amazing. Maybe like a 15-year wedding anniversary gift. Start saving, Zach.
Yeah.
Honestly, I probably would never wear them again.
That's fair.
Kendra Scott, I feel like when I first got off the show, they were doing like a lot of influencer. They were like
Oh,
they
really?
were yeah, especially in like Bachelor Land. I don't know. I'm
I
assuming
feel like I've gotten invited to like Fashion Week stuff.
the brand's probably really blown up now, but like at the beginning, a lot of people were doing like Kendra Scott ads. That's how I know the brand. I remember seeing it. Vows. Did you guys do Vows?
Yes, we did. I actually, funny you say that. I actually wrote the second half of my vows when Zach was laying next to me. He wasn't looking at them, obviously, but it was so much easier when I had, not saying that it was hard, but it was just so easier to find the words and like really describe the man that he is.
While you were looking at him writing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew she was doing it too. Because like
That's so.
Oh,
if I was,
I'd be like, oh my God, this is great.
I know,
I wouldn't be able to. If I was Zach in that situation, I would feel too uncomfortable.
I was
What?
teasing really hard. I didn't want to see it. Like I was like, I wanted to be surprised, but I'll be here to like uh be your just like
Muse.
or
My
your
muse,
muse
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Yeah. I thought it was sweet that she did that. Yeah. And I was writing mine just like pen and paper, days before, and then
Yeah.
we just
And we
looked up.
actually had these little vow books too that were super cute from a
Yeah.
company called Keeper, I think it was.
Okay.
And it was just awesome.
It was really sweet. And we read those publicly. So we didn't do
Yeah.
private vows, we did them public vows.
Yeah.
So-
Having the little like vow books is so important because like having to you're so like you're excited, you're also like just so nervous in that moment to think to like have to remember your vows
Oh my God.
is hard. It's a pain. Actually, it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I would not have been able to do it, but then I reflect back to my speech on The Bachelor and I was like, I don't know how I memorized that or
Oh yeah, it's hard.
yeah, because I think you spoke from the heart, like you had something when you were proposing.
Yeah.
But
Actually, I memorized mine too.
yeah,
Did you
I'm
memorize
like
yours?
under that stress
Yeah.
too, in front of cameras, and I'm somebody who giggles a lot, and I did that with a straight face. So
Well,
Yeah.
they printed mine. Someone else typed it up and printed it. And they were like, you guys were supposed to go third, like for the proposals on Paradise, because there's multiple in one day. And they were like, but they just bumped you up. You're going second now. You have to like get in your dress and get in the car. So I memorized mine on the way over to the proposal. And I remember standing in front of you. I mean, like, you were acting whack, so like I was kind of distracted, but like I was like reading them and I was like, I remember thinking like I cannot believe that I can remember this right now. Like how did I remember
Well,
this?
because
The whole
it's
page.
because and I think it's also because like we're filming a television show. Everything's just like you really have to be like in it and
Yeah,
like it's
you're
like
like
very intense. So you're just kind of I think you're just like so on.
yeah, my adrenaline was going
I'm
crazy.
fighting through the nerves and fighting through everything. Like I
Your own words, your own thoughts. It's not like you're like memorizing a page of a book. Like you're memorizing something that like you but like on our wedding day, no way I would have memorized.
Yeah.
Did you read them at the ceremony to each other, like in front of family and friends?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Did you guys do a first look or anything, or like a walk down the aisle? Like, what was the format?
Yeah, we didn't actually do a first look.
Not a formal first look, but really the first time I saw her was when she walked down the aisle.
Yeah, when you
So I never
me
saw her
in
dress.
dress. Yeah,
So
my
we-
brother walked me down like this path, which you see in the video, which was so beautiful. That in itself was like really sweet that he was there. And then I remember like just I'm about to turn the corner to see Zach, and I literally just stopped and just like broke down in tears because I was like, oh my God, like it all just kind of like caught up to me. I was like, oh, I'm about to walk down
Yeah.
the aisle in front of you and marry you. And then I turn the corner and I see his little bubble eye.
I had tears in my
Tears.
eyes immediately. I saw her about 50 to 60 yards cross the corner and immediately saw her in a white dress. I tears. I was like, oh shit, there she is.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
just
it's
such
like,
a
yeah, it's a big moment.
And you
so
don't
beautiful.
realize, especially like you guys did a smaller chapel wedding, and I'm assuming you probably thought like, because even when we did the courthouse, I remember thinking like, okay, like this is just like this isn't gonna be emotional, like it's just not gonna be. And then you're in there and you're like, whoa, like fuck, this is heavy. This is like happening
Very-
right now. Yeah.
No, yeah, when we were at the courthouse, like I wasn't thinking, and then all of a sudden they started like reading the stuff, and I was just like tears. I was like, oh my God, we're getting married.
Yeah. Aw.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, it's such a beautiful moment. Like I said, like at the start of the podcast, I truly wish I could relive that day over and over again. And it's just also so special to have your loved ones there too. Like you guys know, like my family's from Canada, his from California. So just even to like see my family and have them here was huge. And then just to like witness our love and like from the start, it's crazy. Getting emotional now.
Did you have like a favorite moment?
I would honestly, when I turned the corner and saw his eyes, yeah, that would probably be the biggest, most special moment. And when my brother also like walked me down the little path. But yeah, just seeing you, and I'm like, that's my man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna marry you.
This ceremony was like the most perfect moment ever. I felt like I was telling her in the car after, I was like, there's not a better day than this. Like, this is a perfect day. I'm the happiest I've ever been. Like, that ceremony was perfect. No other words for it.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear that.
I'm happy every day, babe, of course, but that day was good.
What would you say your biggest and or only regret was the DJ booth during the speeches, or is there anything else you would have changed looking back?
Yeah, I think just not taking our honeymoon and the DJ booth during the speeches.
Not taking your honeymoon right after the wedding.
Yeah, I honestly, I really wish we were on a honeymoon right now just to
Yeah.
like bathe in this moment. But honestly, and as corny as it sounds, like every day is like a honeymoon with him. It's so fun. Like it truly is.
That was really
No,
cool.
no.
You're dudes.
But it's
Almost
hard.
each other. We love each other so much. Like just getting to wake up with him every single day is just so fun. And whether on a trip or whether we're waking up in our home, it's still special. But I would love to be on a beach,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like having a drink in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll do a mini moon?
Yeah, we're actually gonna do a mini moon in Cabo at this resort called
I'm blanking on the name.
The Conrad?
It looks like a really beautiful place, though.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Los Cabos Resort, I think it's called.
Yeah,
When are you guys doing that?
We're looking at end of September, early October, just because I have to be in Canada for my best friend's wedding, and there's another wedding, and Zach's sister's getting married
July.
end of July. So there's just a lot of traveling, and we just didn't have for ourselves.
It's hard like now, like I just feel like when we all go on this show, we meet people that are from different places, and then we're all around like this age where everyone's getting married, and you just constantly are going to weddings. Like we have we have to travel for like 5 weddings a year.
And like every wedding, whether it's a destination wedding or not, it's a destination wedding for us.
Yeah, it's always a destination wedding.
But I do love going to weddings. Like
Yeah, weddings are so fun. Being around love is just so magical. It's so sweet and it's emotional.
Okay, now that you guys are a like a not that you weren't successful, but now you're a married couple from the franchise. What advice do you have for these couples that are now coming off of these newer seasons?
Oh, wow. I think the biggest thing, and we've talked about it since we've gotten off the show, is you're going to be distracted by a lot of things going on, a lot of voices, a lot of people talking about you. You're going to be the center of attention. Your number one priority, if you want it to work, should be your partner. And you have to emphasize that. You have to work to that and remind, your partner and yourself that this is why you're together, not for all this extra cool, fun stuff. You can do all that, but make an effort to love your partner as much as you can. And that's how you'll get over and through all these, crazy stuff. But that's my thing. Just focus on your partner. That's it.
And be just who you are. Like, I feel like sometimes you can see people change, when they get in front of the media or anything like that. But like from the get-go, we were always ourselves.
Yeah.
And we also we aren't a very, like, yes, we're in the public, but we're also private. We don't let everything out there, which I think is smart.
That can help.
Yeah, in a very public relationship, to keep some of your life private. Like, it doesn't matter about views and engagement. Like, at the end of the day, it is your relationship that matters, not social media.
And that's a choice.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's a lot of I think the lines get skewed a little with like making money, and like sometimes couples come off the show and you're able to do really well financially, but it's like, is this now a relationship or is this a job? Like, what are we doing? And then you feel like the need to keep up and keep posting, and then it's like it becomes like, even when we first got together after the show, we had the conversation. I was like, I don't want to ever feel forced to post a couple photo or post like shit about us, because I don't want to fall into that trap.
No, good for you.
Same exact way.
And I think even like, just like through the grapevine, I've heard that, like some couples are like, why did you get this deal and I didn't? Or you're getting that rate, why didn't I? So I'm like, we have never had that problem, and we never will. Like, we will make sure that never happens.
Yeah.
But just like, it's like you were saying, like, it's a bonus. Like, whatever happens on the side with social media, cool, great. That's awesome. But at the end of the day, we both have our own jobs. We're a normal couple, and we love each other so much. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
We are at the forefront always.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like most of the couples that came off the show and like made it through that first year, that is the core piece of advice. And like, that is the common thread between all of us, is like, yeah, you just have to put your relationship first. Like, there's so many distractions, so many opportunities. You could be on different flights in different cities for like the next 6 months if you wanted to be, or you could like be together. And like, the best thing you can do is just be together.
Yeah. And honestly, sometimes we'll get invited to things and we'll be like, I just rather be home with you.
Yeah.
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 How is all the normal life stuff? How are the jobs? How is the puppy?
It's been great. I mean, we've got the puppy somewhere around here. She's
probably sleeping somewhere.
She's finally sleeping.
Awesome. She's so smart. She loves people. She loves little kids.
Oh yeah, and loves
That's
not. They're running across the street to chase random runners and kids.
Oh my God. Yeah. She ran after like a guy that looked like he was like training for a marathon or something. She like booked it down the street.
Almost tripped him up, and I was like, oh.
Wow.
But great. Work's
good. Joined a new company back in end of January.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you. It's going really great. I'm actually, funny enough, working with my brother-in-law.
Oh, no way.
He helped get me connected to them, and the rest was history.
You're killing it.
Doing pretty good.
I think we met someone somewhere I think we met though. I'm serious. We met someone that said like you were working for their startup, or they were part of this startup that had like
Yes.
6 employees and you were one of them.
0.
Yes, so that was my last company. Yeah,
Right.
I'd worked there for a year and a half. We were a mental health company, loved their mission. We were doing good stuff there, but there was a point when I had joined, it was 150 employees total. And for the last 7 months, there was 7 of us, and I was the only one leading sales, and it was me, the CEO, and CRO, and a couple others. And we were, yeah, it was a rough couple months. And then we got
Yeah.
bought. So then I was like, all right, time for a new job.
Yeah.
There you
Nice.
go.
Nice.
And he loves his boss so much.
Yeah. Got a great boss, great team.
Yeah.
Coworkers are cool. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I'm just nursing still.
Kicking
But
it.
I do want to go to like labor and delivery, still something to do with babies, which I think will also be really great with our transition later down the road with like having a family. Because like in nursing school, you don't really hone in a lot on like pediatrics or neonatal. So I really want to do that because people will be like, Katie, what do I do when my baby's doing this? I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what your baby's doing. So yeah, I think it'll be awesome. And just the floor that I'm on right now, which is oncology, it's sad. It's just very sad. So I just need to get out of that and
Yeah.
to be in a little bit of a happier environment.
Yeah. You deserve it.
You guys, honestly, it was great talking to you. So happy for you. The pictures look beautiful. Yeah, just congratulations.
Yeah. We're so
Thank
happy
you.
for you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And to all our listeners, make sure you download and subscribe to the podcast.
We will have new and exclusive interviews coming your way. Thanks for listening. Bye.